Hey friends, I'm here to talk to you today about a really cool project that I'm starting. At least I think it's going to be pretty cool. But first, let's talk jewelry. The earrings that I'm wearing, I made. This is a circular peyote stitch pattern that I stitch chain into so that I can dangle these little horn beads from them. I love these earrings. They're super neutral, so I wear them with a lot of different things. They take forever to make, but it is very meditative. Um, my staple piece, a Tiffany graduated sterling silver bead necklace. This is a vintage, they call these Mardi Gras beads. They weren't used for Mardi Gras, but the fact that they are plastic beads that are sort of injection molded onto the strand so that they don't move. But this is a vintage piece. I love the color. I'm feeling very orangey red recently. And then this is a piece that I made with some repurposed beads. I actually made this when I was in Ohio visiting my friend Cheryl, the Retro Dollhouse, and some charms. This is a GE charm that I made. I love GE. I know it's weird to wear, like, they're not a corporate sponsor. I know it's weird to wear corporate logos around your neck, but my grandfather on my dad's side owned a GE appliance store from the 50s to the 80s, and my grandparents and great aunts and uncles on my mom's side were engineers for GE and worked for GE corporate. So we're kind of a GE family. One day I will go through all the GE memorabilia that I have in my house. I'm looking around for some. I don't have any back here, but I do in other areas of my house. So we can talk about that another day. Let's go back to charms. Some vintage beads that we found in our travels in Ohio. And then this is a bead that Cheryl made, and I turned it into a charm for this necklace. It's kind of like my Ohio necklace. I love it so much. But this new project that I am starting, that I want to talk to you about today. So while I was in Ohio, I got a bunch of these old magazines. They're very old. They're also super stinky. But I love old magazines because of this. I love the ads. So I was really inspired by this ad on the back of this magazine for Camel cigarettes. Cigarette ads are some of my favorite. Not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking. This is from 1951. More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Wow. No judgment whatsoever. But this is a good reminder that we don't know what we don't know. And we also don't know what we're not told. So my career depends on my voice. I smoke cool, mild Camels. The cigarette that agrees with my throat. Patrice Munsell. What a beauty. So I'm really fascinated by these ads. I also love that a lot of mid-century ads kind of tell you how to use the product, like Camel cigarettes, smoke them. Ooh, look at this. Tide. I mean, I just love the graphics. This is really a stunning picture. Anyway, but I was really fascinated by this when I saw it last night and really intrigued. And I'm going to use this to make a really great new project, which I'm starting today. And I'm going to bring you along on that journey. It takes a while to make the art that I make. Even these like little charms that I make and the earrings that I make using vintage paper, ephemera, take several days to make. So I'm just going to record the process as I go through it and hopefully cobble it all together and make something entertaining and interesting, and I'm really excited about this project, and I hope it comes out great. Sometimes things don't. That's the point of art. I don't like that part of art, but I want everything to go perfectly well the first time, and I don't want to have to edit, and I don't want to have to do things over again. The learning process is fun for me when it's over. I've already learned what I need to learn, but we don't know what we don't know, right? More doctors smoked camels. Turns out cigarette smoking is terrible for you. Again, no judgment. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this project. Hey guys, so after days and days of work, the necklace is complete. I am so excited about this piece. I've never made anything on this large of a scale before. I've never designed anything with this many pieces and parts or this sort of idea, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am with how it came out. It's not very often that I have an idea in my head that translates exactly into real life as I want it to, and that's happened with this, maybe because it took so long, and while I was working on all the different parts and pieces, I was kind of like mapping it out in my head. But I am so thrilled with this piece. It is from a 1951 Camel cigarette ad. More doctors smoke Camels. The name of this necklace is We Don't Know What We Don't Know, and We Don't Know What We're Not Told. And it's reversible. The back of it is parts and pieces from an antique medical dictionary. So that's a cross section of a thorax, including the lungs, and then all sorts of descriptors for the lungs and descriptors for the diagram. I am just so happy with this piece. I would like to make more like this. I'm working on one right now with a cosmetic ad from the 1950s, and then all sorts of cosmetic and kind of, I don't know how I would describe it, a derogatory cosmetics, like, you know, hair color and depilatory creams, things that were pitched to women to fix them. So on the front of the necklace, it'll be all, you know, pretty pictures of cosmetics, and then on the back of the necklace, it'll be kind of like the dark secrets behind being a woman in the 1950s. I'm really excited about this idea. I love this necklace. I love the necklace I'm working on. It's kind of fascinating to me that things haven't really changed all that much when it comes to female self-image and female public image. Obviously we know smoking cigarettes is bad for us, and I'm sure they did in 1951, but more doctors smoke camels. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. Thank you for following this journey. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out or how long it was going to take, but it was definitely worth all the work and thinking and planning. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.